there? Okay. Kailangan na nito magpalit ng nationality niya. William, you need to become a Filipino also.
Ariel and Honda. Yung pangalan ko talaga, alam mo yung Ariel. Parang ano, Lion, Lion King.
Ay,
Kaya pag sure ni Mariel.
You see, Veronica and William, it's better to become a Filipino. You still have chance. You still have chance to change your nationality. Be a Filipino. We will change your name. We will baptize you with new name. Alright, so we are now in the Jewish neighborhood or Jewish site. Can you see the site, that boss? Okay, on the left side you can see a landmark of two persons bearing grapes. It represents Joshua and Caleb because they pick up the grapes near here in Hebron, and that's the first food Moses ever tasted in Kadesh Barnea, because Moses sent spies here in the land of Canaan, and the spies came first in Hebron, and they came or they passed last in the city of Hebron also. So mamaya after natin dito sa Macpela, we will go to Tel Hebron. That's the ancient city of Hebron, and we will see the tomb of Ruth and Jesse there in Tel Hebron, and also the ruins dated back in the time of Abraham when he came here in Hebron. And also in a few minutes we will be in the Jewish community in Maarat Macpela. So we can see there are lots of Jewish soldiers in every corner. Okay, what's there?
First time din ba
Alright, so Cave of the Patriarchs, sa mga nanonood sa atin, kami po ay papasyal ng Macpela, the burial site of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Naka-live si Pastor.
Very tight ang daan dito sa Palestinian neighborhood.
talagang parang inukot na lang sa ano.
Dito na tayo.
Kaya nga, kakaiba yung mga structure
In the Muslim.
Alam mo yung mga parang yung bahay, parang
inukot na lang siya. Kaya
look, tingnan yung bahay dito.
ito yung gawa ng bahay.
Okay, so we're here in the area. Okay.
Grabe no. Baka ano lang pala. Pagkikit lang. Ano to?
Okay, so kindly wear mask.
Ayan, nasa Hebron na po kami. We're going to the tomb of Isaac Jacob. And yan, ang daming soldier. Kasi nandito kami sa Palestinian area.
Quezon tayo.
Kikita niya may mga soldier po sila.
אני 10 שעות משמרת.
Kasi ay ano. Dire-diretso lang tayo.
Hoy, kawan. Bumati naman kayo sa atin. Sa ating mga kapatid na hindi mga nakasama.
Ang ganda. Hindi kayo sumama.
Ang lamig.
Ayan. Ayan po kami. Palakad kami sa Tomb of Isaac and Jacob. Kasama ko po si Sean Miles. Subscribe na po kayo sa kanya. Ayan.
Punta muna tayong Muslim side bago sa Jewish side.
Ah, okay.
Alright. Dito muna tayo sa kaliwa. Okay.
Sa kaliwa daw tayo. Lamig pala dito. Ano? Parang ano? Ayan.
Malamig ngayon dito.
Pastor.
Hello,
Toilet dito, oh.
masaya pa kayo?
Apo.
Pastor, itong pupuntahan natin isa na ito. Tahimik. Ayan natin mga kaibigan. Hello.
Ayan, daming mga soldier. Oh. Kasi nandito kami sa Palestinian area. So, secure nila yung mga ano.
Just forward. Forward, not the film.
The entry from is from there.
The exit is from here.
Even to visit the Muslim side.
Yeah, no, you can't from here go. You want to enter to the Mara? Yeah, it's from here.
Doon ang entrada.
All of you can come
You have
from
the
here.
stairs?
Not
The
from me.
stairs?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Jacob, huh? We want also to visit.
Yeah, come with me. I will show you.
Okay.
Doon tayo.
Yay! Hindi kami makapasok doon. Ibang way kami. Ibang way kami papasok.
Nandito lang siya. Kaya lang kasi.
Ikaw pala yun.
It's also to the Muslim side.
The Muslim side?
All the way.
Okay. So dito daw kami dadaan. Kasama natin kasi isang ito, nasa loob na po kami ng ano. Papunta kami ng libingan. Pinaglibingan kay Abraham, kay Sarah.
Kasi normally, itong door nito, this is closed. And the door also there on the left side and in the right side is closed during the regular time, regular days. They open this partition only during the holidays for the Jews, so they can, the Arabs will give access to the Jews to enter the other side, which is the location of the tomb of Isaac and Rebecca. Now, this is the situation. So, this area, these lines, so tomb there, that's the tomb of Isaac. I meant tomb of Jacob. Okay, the father of the Jewish nation, which is changed. His name is changed into Israel. And then the tomb here in the center is the tomb of Abraham. And then on the other side, in the Arab side, Palestinian side, is the tomb of Isaac. So, straight line, that's the tombs of the men, the patriarchs. Okay? So, Isaac, Abraham, and Jacob. So, why Jacob is in this area? Because this is a Jewish side. So, and then Abraham is the Arabs, the Arab Muslims and the Jews, they considered him as their father. That's why during the regular days, so it's closed, but both of them can see from the window the tomb of Abraham and the tomb of Abraham. The Jews can see from the window. It's isolated in the Arab area or Palestinian area. So now on the other side, okay, so there's also a tomb there. So Isaac, and then on the left side, ang kanyang wife na si Rebecca. So Abraham and his wife, Sarai, and then Jacob, and the wife is Leah. Now Jacob has two wives, Leah and Rachel. Now Rachel was not buried here. He was buried in Ephrata. It's near in Bethlehem. Why she was buried there? Because along the way she delivered her child, and that's Benjamin, the youngest son, the brother of Joseph, the dreamer. So dahil namatay na siya along the way, so doon na siya inilibing. Kaya may tomb din siya doon sa Ephrata, malapit sa Bethlehem. So kaya ang tatandaan ninyo, dire-diretso, puro lalaki, and dire-diretso naman, puro babae. So ngayon, more detailed information and explanations will be given kapag nandun na tayo sa labas. Okay? Kasi we could not discuss everything. And besides, they have a belief, a Jewish belief, that Adam and Eve was also buried in this cave. Okay? They were also buried in this cave. And wow, something interesting. Now, I will tell you later on the story behind why the Jews believe that Adam and Eve was buried here. So these tombs that we can see here in this surface, that's only the symbol, but the real tomb is around 50 meters deep from this platform. So 50 meters deep. The real cave is down of this building. Okay. Originally, this is built by King, and then it became a church later on. But on the 7th century, when since both sides is saying they have rights in this place, so ang ginawa, nagkaroon na lang ng partition, okay? Para walang masabi ang Jew. You have this side, and yung sa kabila naman ay sa Palestinian Arabs. Alright? So, please, observe silence. Huwag masyadong magulo. Okay? Huwag masyadong maingay. Don't be noisy. Okay? So, minimize your voice. So, now, the time is 7:40. How many minutes you need? 30 minutes to go there and here to cover all the tombs from left hand side. Again, this is all men. Isaac, Abraham, Jacob. Okay, and their wives on the other sides. Okay, Leah, Sarai, and Rebecca. Alright?
Okay.
So let's end our tour here. Let's see each other here in this point at 8.
Ayan. Ito po yung libingan ni Isaac. So yan, makikita niyo po. Tapos ginawa nilang itong parang simbahan. So, ito naman ang libingan ni Rebecca. So, ayan po. So, ayan. Nakikita nyo sa loob ng libingan niya. So, mahirap siyang makita eh. Mahirap siyang makita sa loob. Ayan. Ayan po yung kanyang ano. Sa laki ah. Laki ng libingan nila.
All together.
Ayan. Bago-bago pa lang ito. Ayan. Ito yung libingan ni ano. Ni
lots of biblical significance that happened or that took place in Hebron, but I would like to speak a very particular thing to you concerning Maarat Macpela. Okay? Now, why this place became very significant to the Jew, and the reason we can trace back during the time of Abraham when he came here in Hebron. Now, last time we were in Ilon More. Who were with me in Ilon More last time? So that's it. Very nice. So we are walking in the history of the Old Testament. So from Haran, Abraham arrived in the plains of Moreh, and in the plains of Moreh, God spoke to Abraham, telling him, all this land, the land of the Canaanites, I will give to you and to your descendants. And then after in Moreh, Abraham went to Bethel. We were there also last month. And from Bethel, he moved to Beersheba. And God reaffirmed the promise that he will give the land of Canaan to him and to his descendants. And from Beersheba, that's around 40 minutes away by bus, going here. And then from Beersheba, Abraham came here in Hebron, and he lived here in Hebron. And then, according to the biblical narratives, God made Abraham so great here in the land of Hebron. He became rich, and the people here, the Hittites, respected Abraham so much, so that, fast forward, when the time came that Sarai died, Abraham bought a piece of land, and that's the cave of Macpela, and this is the place. So underneath of this huge building is the cave of Macpela that was purchased by Abraham, and we can find that history in the book of Genesis chapter 23. Let me read to you, let me quote the passage. Genesis chapter 23, reading verse 1 onwards. And Sarah was 107 and 20 years old. Take note, Sarah was 107 and 20 years old, so 127 years old when Sarah died. These were the years of the life of Sarah, and Sarah died in Kiryat Arba. The same is Hebron in the land of Canaan. So this is still the land of Canaan, Hebron, but particularly this area is known as the Kiryat Arba. That's why when we enter the Jewish community, you can read in the sign the name Kiryat Arba. So Kiryat Arba, according to the biblical history or narratives, it refers to one of the giants here in the land of Canaan. Okay, Kiryat Arba. Now, verse 2, it says, alright, verse 2, and Sarah died in Kiryat Arba, the same in Hebron in the land of Canaan, and Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. So meaning, the death place of Sarah is Hebron. So never forget that. She was born in the land of Ur of Chaldees. That's in Iraq today, in the lower part of Babylon. I hope na-absorb pa rin ninyo ang sinasabi ko. Okay, and then verse 3, and Abraham stood up from before his dead and spake unto the son of Heth, okay, saying, I am a stranger and a sojourner with you. Give me a possession of a burying place with you, that I may bury my dead out of my sight. And the children of Heth answered Abram, saying unto him, Hear us, my Lord. Could you imagine how the people of this place, called Abraham, how the people addressed Abraham, my Lord. So this praise is a symbol or a praise of respect to the person. So the people respected Abraham so much in this place, although he is a stranger in the midst of them. And again, thou art mighty prince among us. Wow, could you imagine? You know, in Haran, if you could still remember our story before in chapter 11 and chapter 12, what is the promise of God? Go to the land that I will show thee, and I will make thee a great nation. I will make you rich. So what can we see right now? God is lifting up Abraham to a highest position. The people now see him as a prince in the midst of them. Now let's continue on. What does the passage say? Okay. In the choice of our sepulchres, bury thy dead, or bury your dead, that's Sarah. None of us shall withhold from thee his sepulchre, but thou
that thou mayest bury the dead. So, in other sense, we will not hinder you. Find a place that you would like to bury your dead or your wife Sarai. And Abraham stood up and bowed himself to the people of the land, even to the children of Heth. He gave respect as a thank you, and he communed with them, saying, if it be your mind that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me, and entreat for me to Ephron, the son of Zuhar, that he may give me the cave of Macpela. So, ito na. So, ito yung choice of Abraham, that he may give me the cave of Macpela. Who is the owner of that? Ephron, the son of Zuhar, which he had, which is in the end of his field, give it me for a possession of a burying place amongst you. And Ephron dwelt among the children